Discussing the NCAA championship tonight between Miami and Indiana. But joining us now, ESPN NFL analyst, joins us every Monday, former New England Patriot. Forget the other teams, who cares today? Damien Woody. I did not expect this. I did not expect New England to be here. I thought this would be next year. Are you in any way surprised that New England is going to play for an AFC championship?
I am. I actually thought New England was going to make the playoffs this year. Mm-hmm. I said that before the season, but I didn't expect this. The job that Braves have done, Josh McDaniel, the whole coaching staff has been unbelievable. I mean, think about, you know, this guy who, you know, follows the Patriots closely. Look at all the contributions they're getting from all different types of players.
Yes.
Now, you know, veteran guys they brought in free agency, but more importantly, rookies.
Yes.
They have so many rookies that are taking valuable snaps. And you know what? When you have rookies playing this much and are valuable to the team, boy, like, what are they going to be in year 2, year 3, and beyond? Because they're getting those snaps now. So kudos to the coaching staff in New England.
Damien, forgive me for this next question, but I got to be radio guy sometimes as opposed to being a former player. Does the success that we've seen Tom Brady have and now Robert Kraft have in any way, shape, or form diminish what Bill Belichick did as a head coach in the National Football League now that you're seeing what's happened after him in New England? No,
I don't think it diminishes. I think you can have both, right? Like, we can talk about both things. I think Robert Kraft is one of the best owners all time. You know, we always talk about when you have these dynasties or these great franchises, it starts at the top. And Mr. Kraft has done a tremendous job of obviously eyeing good, you know, talent not only in the coaching staff but in the front office.
To me, the decision to pivot off of Gerard Mayo after 1 year, knowing how highly regarded he was, that was impressive to me.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like those are the best decisions to know, like, okay, clearly this is not working. I need to pivot right now. Instead of, a lot of people will say, no, I'm going to keep holding on because, you know, I made this decision, and, you know, like ego comes into it.
Yeah.
But no, the greats know, like, no, I need to cut bait. Like, this is clearly not working, and to cut bait and to get into Mike Vrabel and to see the job that Mike Vrabel has done just in year 1. Think about what the Patriots were for the last couple of years prior to Mike Vrabel. He has more wins this year than those years combined.
Is that a conversation that is going to need to happen in Houston surrounding their quarterback, C.J. Stroud?
Man, like, I think, honestly, as much as we laud and talk about New England, the most disappointing thing was C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, and we're going to talk about this a lot on Get Up at 8 o'clock this morning. C.J. Stroud I was so frustrated watching him. Like, obviously, we talk about the turnovers, the 4 turnovers in the first half. But more important than that, is the body language of C.J. Stroud. It was just atrocious. As a former player, guy that plays on the offensive side of the football, people don't understand, like, body language, like, what it could do to a whole unit. And when your quarterback is clearly not showing any juice, not showing any gumption, no fire or anything like that, it permeates. And it just drags down the whole unit. And that's why I thought C.J. Stroud should have been benched at halftime. Some people would have thought, oh, well, let's give him a series or 2 after the half to see maybe he comes out. I just felt like his body language was atrocious, and Davis Mills should have been given the opportunity to come out at halftime and see what he could have done with that Houston defense backing him up.
Damien, and I wanted to ask you this because a couple of years ago, C.J. Stroud had an awful game where he had multiple turnovers, and he says, listen, it's like LeBron or Kobe. I'm just going to keep shooting that thing. What happened to the confidence that young man in that time and space showed versus the version of C.J. Stroud that we're getting now? What happened? Is it the change with the offensive coordinators? How did we get to this point where C.J. Stroud is a mediocre quarterback as opposed to a guy that resurrected the Texans franchise back in 2023?
I thought Troy Aikman said something so pertinent in the broadcast where he said C.J. Stroud seems like he's chasing his rookie success, and he just hasn't come close to it. He looks like a shell of himself out there. The lack of confidence, just a lack of, like, playmaking ability. You know, I still remember, like, that Georgia game when he was at Ohio State, when he was, like, being a playmaker, not only with throwing the ball but using his legs. I don't know how many times yesterday where I'm watching, I'm like,
just run.
Dude, run. Just run. No one's open. Run. You can run. And it happens time after time after time. And it's almost like he refuses to do it. And it drives you crazy.
We're talking with ESPN NFL analyst Damien Woody. As he mentioned, 8 a.m. Eastern get up. He will be on that today. What can the Buffalo Bills do to now get over the hump?
I think we got to seriously look at Sean McDermott now. I really do.
Even after Josh Allen's game?
Even after Josh Allen's game. And listen, by no means am I absolving Josh Allen, because Josh Allen didn't play well. Let's just make no mistake about it. But I'm taking the 30,000-foot view of what Sean McDermott, Josh Allen pairing has done. And the one common theme is, where's the defense? Where's the defense been in all these losses that the Buffalo Bills have sustained? We've always talked about Josh Allen's brilliance, and obviously, this is the first game where he's had, he was directly, detrimental to what happened in the game. But over the course of Josh Allen's time in Buffalo, Josh Allen hasn't been the reason why the Buffalo Bills have lost playoff game. It's been because of their defense, giving up 30-plus points. That's your area of expertise. It's on the defensive side. And so when I look at it, how many times can we keep running it back expecting a different result? We just saw Baltimore get rid of John Harbaugh, who, oh, by the way, has won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who's been one of the better head coaches in the National Football League. And the Baltimore Ravens said, you know what? Enough's enough. We've had a two-time league MVP, and we haven't been able to get to where we feel like we should have gone. It's time to move in a different direction. All those conversations happened in Buffalo this morning. We'll see.
It's an interesting point, because what you just pointed out, in essence, and I'll group Coach Tomlin, who I love, in there, the two most glaring, they haven't gotten over the hump recently, guys, are out. Sean McDermott now is in first place, more so than Kyle Shanahan, because Sean McDermott would dream of having Super Bowl blown leads, because he hasn't gotten there. You're not going to get rid of Allen. People have suggested maybe you change the GM to improve that defense here, but it's an interesting way of looking at it. If John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin are, in essence, different ways they were not coaching, but in essence, out for the reason that McDermott is still staying, that's an interesting decision by Buffalo in a roundabout way.
No question about it. And then, oh, by the way, to add to it, you might see your division rival in the New England Patriots back in the Super Bowl.
Think about that. I think we had said it, a couple weeks ago on the show. It's like you had a window in Buffalo, well, it was like a six-year window where you own the division,
right,
and you have nothing to show for it.
Right.
Yeah. You have nothing to show for it. Now the New England Patriots could be back in the Super Bowl again.
Damien, really quickly before we let you get out of here, how would you characterize the Chicago Bears season?
Magical. It was a magical season. Some of the things that's happened this year for Chicago, they're not repeatable. The amount of turnovers, the fourth quarter plays, some of the stuff that you saw from Caleb late in the games, those happened on a magical run. And so that's why you got to be careful if you're Chicago thinking that, oh, we'll be back, or, this is. Next year will be a totally different year. You can't count on the things that happened this year happening next year. They got to improve that defense. Caleb Williams has to play a lot better. He's made progress, but he has to play a lot better. He has to do what I call, he has to bat more singles. Like, he makes the home run plays, but he's not consistently batting singles and getting on base. That's the mark of a quarterback that one of the top tier quarterbacks. That's where he needs to improve.
Excellent points. What Josh Allen did a year ago when he won the MVP. He was willing to hit more singles than home runs, at least for 1 year. Damien Woody, phenomenal stuff as always. Catch him on Get Up, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Coming up, we got a title game tonight. We're on Sportsman, presented by Progressive Insurance.